Hello, my name is Daisy.
Hey, my name's Alyssa.
And this is
Terrifying Talks.
Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whispered secrets through the walls. Ghostly figures start to sway. Tune in now, don't be afraid. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump.
Hello, Terrifying Talkers. How are we doing today?
We're doing great.
I just want to say welcome back. If you are new to the podcast, listening to the podcast, first of all, thank you. We appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you like, follow. We do have some interesting news for the end of this podcast, so please continue to listen. And if you are a returning listener, still thank you. We appreciate you listening, even though we're ridiculous and
Every time.
And there's a lot of banter that goes on that a lot of people don't understand, and I think to us it's really funny. But
Yes.
to you probably are so confused. Not the point, but do you want to take us off with the title?
Yes. This episode is Twisted Roots,
Woo woo.
which is all about...
Being related to the killer.
Yes.
Yep, and this is our 10th episode.
Woo woo.
We made it to 10, so statistics.
Statistically.
See, she knows me.
Yes.
Most people after who do podcasts,
It's like they either don't make it to 10 or after 10 they like fall off. And we ain't falling off.
no, and if we do, it's all your guys' fault. I'm just kidding. So I'm gonna just start off. A lot of these movies are very basic, very classic movies. So I guess I'll just start off. So the first movie we have is Halloween, 1978. If you don't know it, you're dumb. Just kidding. I'm in the mood for name calling, so that's on me. If you don't know it, it's about a cold Halloween night in 1963. 6-year-old Michael Myers brutally murdered his 17-year-old sister, then being sentenced and locked away for 15 years. But on October 30th, 1978, which is also when the movie came out, which was pretty cool, he escapes looking for his next victims, which is, drumroll.
That was not a drum roll.
Listen, we tried. But it's his sister! I can't do that face. Starting off with how terrible this fucking movie really was, rewatching it.
It's amazing.
This is the classic, okay? This is what, first of all, why the fuck? I feel like the cameraman is moving so much, I could probably hear him breathe.
No, not the breathing.
It's just, it moves so much. Michael Myers, first of all, 6 years old. 6 years old.
Yes.
Stabbing his sister,
Yes.
who's 17. I just want to clarify, okay, if I was a 17-year-old girl, I'm butt-ass naked. Hold on. I am butt-ass naked, okay? And then I have this 6-year-old gremlin popping in my fucking room.
Not a gremlin.
You're just gonna fucking sit there and be stabbed? You're literally twice his fucking size.
You better take that pillow, swat his head,
Drop kick that motherfucker, okay?
throw him out the window.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you just let this little 6-year-old boy kill you? Realistically. Let's be for real. I'm drop kicking that bitch. I don't give a fuck. You're 6-year-old, you could stab me once, that's fine, but
You getting that one stabbing and the rest is history.
Facts. I want a battle scar. The rest,
Right?
The rest of it, you're
Especially
6 years old. I'm gonna
it's
push you
not
down the
like-
stairs.
It's not like he was some beefy 6-year-old or anything.
No, he was just like a regular sized pea.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a small little carrot.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you said that. I don't like the way you looked at me either.
So, anyway, back to...
Yeah, Michael Myers also still is very creepy. He does this really weird... Like, I get that it's a horror film and it's supposed to be, like, suspenseful and stuff like that. But the scene where he's hiding right there behind the bushes reminded me of Homer Simpson, him going inside the bushes. Do you know what I'm talking
about? Just him, just here. And then all of a sudden...
And it's crazy because it's like, this is like a really known movie and so many people are hardcore die fucking fans of Halloween. And I personally like the Rob Zombie version. I thought, let me rephrase that. Look, that weird fucking truck is coming around again.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Jeepers Creepers?
We
Did he
recently...
just park?
Yeah.
Oh, so he must live around here.
We saw a weird, ugly fucking Jeepers Creepers rest stop fucking truck in it, and we both had the same fucking thought. And I'm looking in my mirror. I don't know if people don't know this already. I feel like we've talked about it only a couple times, but we record in my car. It's the best place ever. You know, I got cheese in here and stuff. That's a joke. Yeah, and we see everybody, and it's sometimes, I think, a couple times we've seen, I don't know. Anyways, moving back to the movies. I'm moving back to the movies. Okay, yeah, he's very creepy. Laurie Strode, love Jamie Lee Curtis. She's great. Kisses to her, all the kisses, like with tongue and everything. And I don't like the faces you're making. You're judging me.
I can't help it.
You're like,
because you had me until
with tongue.
You're like, okay. All of a sudden, with tongue, I was like, oh, that's all you, man.
And I'll take it. But, yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about the movie so far? Like, rewatching it? Like, what did you think?
The moments where he's just walking everywhere, and like but they be like running terrified, right? And he's just walking. You know, like a normal person. How do you not get away?
Though? How the fuck are you 6-year-old, right? You're 6 years old. You're in prison, and you fucking know how to drive?
Do you know how many people have questioned that?
Where the fuck do you learn how to drive?
And he wasn't a bad driver either.
No, like he was, like,
just straight cruising, just like looking out the window,
like be for real.
Maybe they gave him driving lessons.
I don't know. Where the fuck is he gonna drive,
bro? I don't know.
Or what was it? How the fuck did he escape in the first place and land in on the car without anybody noticing?
Didn't he take the car?
Well, no, because what the fuck is his name? I forgot his name.
Loomis?
Yeah.
There we go.
And he's in there with that one fucking chick, and they're in the car, and I think they're going to... wasn't there, like, a hospital, like, they broke out or whatever? I don't fucking remember.
To be honest, they all blend together.
I just remember... They do. And
really
it's very confusing. But it's like, what I've seen, I remember just 1 minute, the chick's in the car, Loomis is outside the car, and next minute, fucking... Michael
did he attack them?
Yeah,
he like slightly attacked them, not enough to kill them.
I don't think not Loomis, but the chick.
Yeah, I think he like murked her, but Loomis definitely was able to get away.
And he took the fucking car and dipped.
Yeah,
but then he like,
you would think Loomis would have been able to be like, "Hey man, we got a runner," and like caught him easily.
That's what I'm saying. Or stealing the guy's jumpsuit, like I guess. You know, the whole infamous jumpsuit. Like, he's supposed to be, you know, throughout the movies, not just this one, you feel like he's just this really big fucking person. He grew up to be this scary, evil, like you look into his eyes and they're just dead and there's nothing in there, right? And how the fuck are you fitting in these basic ass fucking suits? Too realistically, like if you look at it, he's not like Jason, he's not like Freddy, he's not like this being, you
Yeah.
know, of whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? He's like an actual fucking person. And imagine you're riding along and you're getting butt naked and putting on a jumpsuit, like this mechanic jumpsuit, and you're just stealing a car and you're stalking these teenage girls.
You know what I want to know? How did he know she still lived there?
Listen, so I know throughout the movie, Loomis went back almost. And I think the whole storyline is that, you know, his mom and his sisters, you know, whatever, there was the baby, which would be Lori.
Yeah.
And he killed the older sister or whatever. And the mom is like dead. And I remember seeing where they go to like the grave. And there's like a little spot where it's been dug up. So I'm thinking, right? Oh, he wants to see if the baby was actually, like, the little sister was actually dead, and they didn't find anything.
So he's like, oh, this bitch still alive.
Yeah, and was like, obviously, we're gonna go back to the fucking hometown, OG, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? I don't think it was the original town that he.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I think it was. I'm tripping.
Yeah, because
the house.
The house, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's just kind of. I don't know. He was just like, maybe I don't know how he kind of just originally was like, that's her.
Exactly. That's what I want to know is, because I think they explained it a little bit more in Rob Zombie's version. But like in this one, I'm just over here like, how did you know? How'd you know she was still in the town? How'd you know that was her?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think the original is always going to be the original.
Yeah, like it's always going to be loved for
it being the start of something. Yeah. But there's just so many questions where it's just like, what the fuck? And I think that's throughout the whole, like, every movie that they have ever made, because why the fuck isn't he dead yet? It's 2025, bitch. We're still making...
That's because the mask is supernatural, and that's what was giving him powers.
That's not a fucking thing. He was 6 years old. He literally stabbed his fucking sister.
Well, that's what they're trying to make it now. I don't understand it. I hate it.
Dumb.
When I found that out, I was like, this is stupid.
I was like what the...
Like, you turned something okay into something trash now.
Yeah. Our poor, like, when, you know, we're older and we're, like, the old generation now, and then we have to explain to our, like, kids, or just in general, of whatever new generation there's gonna fucking be, that Halloween was not always this trash.
Yeah. Halloween was top tier at one point.
It really was.
It was.
And you know what? To some people, it really is still top tier. Like I said, there's a lot of, like...
diehard fans.
There is really diehard fans out there for Halloween.
Yeah.
You want to just get started on some questions?
Yeah, we can.
We have not a lot of questions.
That's fine.
Not a lot, to be honest.
That's great.
Question 1. Do you think the connection between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode is what made him want to escape? Why do you think it motivates him to do what he does? Like, what motivates him to do?
I think maybe for the fact that, like, since he killed one sister, maybe he wanted to, like, finish the job type of stuff.
I don't remember if it was the Rob Zombie one, and I'm pretty sure it was, where it kind of, like, explains that they all kind of, like, go to heaven together or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Maybe I'm on fucking crack.
Like always.
Yeah. But I don't remember. Maybe I gotta rewatch, like, every single one of them. Every 10,000 of them.
Just not the third one.
Absolutely not. It might be the third one, not gonna lie.
It shouldn't be.
No,
because the third one is completely different.
Yeah. I'm on crack, sorry. But go ahead, what do you think?
It's so hard to say, to be honest, because with all of the, like, questions we have of, like, how he even knew even knew anything about it, like, I want to think that, like, maybe him not knowing is what drove him to be like, I need to find out, and then him seeing that she is still alive.
Do you think it was I need to finish?
That's what I'm thinking.
What I started?
Yeah.
Do you think if, you know, he did end up killing Laurie Strode, that he would just stop. Because he spent 15 years in prison. And what's not to say that he didn't find out while he was in prison? You know,
like maybe
whatever
that was part of the
resources.
rehabilitation was them trying to like be like, look, she's still normal in here.
Well, my thing is, why would you put a grave if that's what you wanted him to think? You know what I mean?
Is that what they said? They wanted him to think she was dead?
I don't know. Like I said, there was the scene where they go
So it's
to
just
the
like
graveside.
implied.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. Do you think he would still, like, if he did kill
like if
Laurie
he killed her
Strode?
right away, if it would have just been done?
Yeah, like one and done movie, Halloween.
I want to say I think so because he was after her the whole entire time, and really the only people he was killing were the people that was getting in his way of getting to her.
Or people who was fucking.
He was just jealous at that point.
I mean, 15 years locked up. I mean, you could still fuck in prison, but, like, I don't think he'd want that. But who knows? I don't know. Michael Myers could be a little fruity.
Wait, so he went in at 6 and he was only in for 15 years?
Yeah, he was like 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did I think he was so much older?
You know what? That's what I was doing the math earlier. I could be wrong because, like I said, I'm always on crack and I just don't know things sometimes. But I think of the year of 2025, he'd be like in his 50s.
That's crazy.
So I would understand why he wouldn't be super dead, but like in the sense of like how many times he was stabbed, how many times he was shot.
30 and I'd be creaking along. I can't be doing all the things he's doing.
And he's like picking up these fucking bitches and like killing them.
Yeah.
Like this isn't just like, maybe it's all the walking he does.
He's just
serious. Serious. I'm not gonna go there. But maybe, I don't know.
That's crazy.
But to be in hiding, but who knows? What if like he's in hiding and then he's just taking care of himself?
Maybe he's not like necessarily in hiding, but he's just
hidden from the world in a way.
He's
I don't know. It's just this
rebuilding himself until he's ready.
I just feel like it's such a weird. Like there's so many questions, and I feel like not a lot of people. Like, especially people who are diehard for Halloween. Like, I wonder what they think. You know, just in these general questions. Can you guys
please let us know?
Honestly.
Like, give us the answers, because we're asking a lot, and we don't have any answers.
I think their brother-sister relationship definitely is what made him want to escape. I don't know how he found out. Well, let's just say whatever resources he had. And I think in general, Laurie Strode is what motivates him to do what he does. And like you said, I think he goes in and he takes that and he kills whoever gets in his way.
Or if you're fucking.
Facts. Facts. Anything to add to that question?
Not really.
No.
No.
Yeah, this movie is probably...
It's like,
it's an original.
It's good for what it is, but it's just like...
Rewatching it, you just kind of notice a lot of things. Yeah. And it's just like, this is...
a lot of like little plot holes.
Yeah. Second question. This is about the grave, I think. In the movie, grave, which is Laurie's, it's what I'm assuming is dug up. Do you think if there was a body in there, the story of Halloween would be different? So I think we kind of answered that already.
So then, if he didn't have to worry about her being alive at all, do you think he would have just been like, great job, and just not killed anyone besides his older sister?
I don't know. I think the whole thing too, which kind of gets me, is he is known for having like a dead fucking soul. You look in his eyes and you see nothing. Like he's a cold stone killer. He's like a
psycho.
Yeah, so if he just like went out of his way, decided at 6 years old, to kill his sister and then try to finish it, I feel like that says something about him, that he would maybe like just like a little killing spree. Like
someone just made him mad and he's just like, yeah, you're dead.
Yeah. Kind of, I don't know about mad.
He doesn't ever talk though, right?
No, I don't. Do you hear? I hear him fucking breathe like a crazy person. It's the fucking breathing. Mask. He has to be fit to be sweating in that fucking mask. For real.
Like, do you know how hard it is to breathe in a mask?
And I understand, and you know, it's Halloween time, so it's a little more chillier. But like,
Why'd he choose Halloween time?
Maybe the scary movies got to him.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I couldn't tell you. This movie has a lot of questions for me to ask and a lot of unanswered stuff.
Yeah. If you guys have any answers, let us know.
Or any theories.
Yeah, give us some theories because, like, I can't. He's a psycho. I don't know, man.
I don't know. All right. So,
was there a question you wanted to add to all of the? I can't remember what it was. Wasn't it like, what would we do if we were them?
yeah, how would you feel if you were Laurie
If
Strode?
I was Laurie, first of all,
Do you think she knows that that's her brother?
she found out. I don't think she ever found out in the first movie.
But throughout that she definitely
throughout
found out.
she found out.
But-
I think from Loomis.
Okay. So, you're Laurie Strode. What do you do?
Bro, okay, so first movie only. Don't know he's my brother or anything. I'm over here like, why is this man stalking me? Am I that fine? Like,
He's trying to fuck.
exactly. Like, excuse me, man. Hi. No, I'm calling the fucking cops. I'm like, hey. Although her friend's dad was a cop. Wasn't he the sheriff?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Failed all around.
Honestly, if I was Laurie Strode,
I'm just moving.
I think it's just, I don't know.
I mean, he would have followed though.
I don't know. I don't know what I'd do, to be honest, if I was in that situation, because I just feel like you don't know who this person is. You know, you don't know you're related to this person. You don't know you share blood. And it's just kind of like he sits there, he's in my laundry, doesn't even,
Not the laundry.
he doesn't even want to fold it. He's rude. He stalks me. He looks short from afar. I'm not in it to win it. I think I just fucking first of all, to be at the top of the fucking, you're out the window and you're looking at this man in your laundry. Like, bitch, call the fucking cops. Are you dumb?
Exactly. And then even when
I would throw a brick at him. Bitch, if you're
just
not
have a brick
folding
in
it,
your room,
fuck yeah, bitch. It's a crazy world out here. I'll take a fucking thing of butter, freeze it, put it in a sock, and I'll be like,
Start
if you don't
swinging that
fucking,
bitch.
hell yeah, I'm like, if you're not fucking folding that laundry, you better get the fuck out of it, bitch. The fuck? Stupid. Dumbest boy in school. You're telling me you're not slightly fucking going ghetto on someone if they're in your fucking laundry, bro, just staring at you from the window.
look.
No, I don't want to hear it. Next. I don't care if you're Laurie Strode. Listen. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it anymore. You're trying to fuck him, aren't you?
I mean,
Oh my
well, no,
God.
because no.
That's like your brother.
Exactly. That's why I was like, no.
I saw the face you were making.
Well, look, because I'm thinking of me, not her. So
Okay,
I'm
but
over here
you're
thinking,
Laurie
look,
Strode.
Yeah, hold on.
You're in her shoes.
Calling the fucking cops, man. That's what I don't understand. You have a friend where their dad is the sheriff, and you didn't try to reach out like that.
I think also we gotta think about the time
I mean, I guess.
back then, I guess, and like the seriousness of like how, disappearance of people just weren't really it was a thing. Just people didn't really. Everybody trusted everybody.
I don't know why.
Stupid people.
Exactly. Okay, let's just move on.
Okay, so I made a mistake last week. It's not funny.
It's so funny.
We said we were doing Scream 2, which would still be kind of accurate in a way, but not as accurate as Scream 3 would be. So we're doing Scream 3. It came out in 2000. Stop making that face. She's making faces and she's just judging me for the person
because
that
it was
I am.
so funny.
You're funny.
You just messaging me and be like, yo, I fucked up.
It was like 12 o'clock in the middle of the fucking day.
Please give me the play-by-play of how you realized.
Bitch, I was rewatching the movies, right? And I'm like, yeah, the second, because for people who don't know, Scream is my favorite. And I'm like flipping out because I'm rewatching them. I'm in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta watch Scream 2. But then in my head, I'm like, I'm fucking missing a movie right now. And I'm like, Scream 4 has Emma Roberts in it.
Which also would have worked. But I
Yeah.
don't like her.
And I'm like, there's one that I'm missing. And then I'm like, there's the one with the fucking crazy person and the mom. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, bitch, I'm so dumb. Okay, so this one is the half brother,
Mhm.
okay? And Roman.
Yes.
Roman. And I'm like, how the fuck did I forget literally this beautiful fucking human being? I'm like, that's literally her brother. And I just forgot. I'm like, his mom did.
Did you see the realization in my face?
Yeah, I did. It's super funny. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Are you ready?
You do that.
So Scream 3 is about it takes place in Hollywood, this one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
Which I love that they do this, where they're sorry, I can't speak. Where they're trying to film Stab 3.
Yes. Because they want to do a movie within a movie.
Yep. And so the originals of the actual story, which is Gail and Dewey, they're advisors of the movie. And then it just takes a turn where the killer takes the kills to the actual screen in a way and takes each character out in hopes to finding the real Sydney. So it kind of just one of those things. They're dragging out Sydney. She's in hiding. They're just like, the killer's like, come out where we are, fucking bitch. You're fucking not gonna stay alive this time, you whore. I don't know. But Scream is my favorite. I think it was really cool to have like almost like an origin to the origin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that out of all of the like classic slashers, they tended to like spice it up more. Like they didn't just like Michael Myers. All he does is go after Laurie, and that's pretty much all he does, right? But with Scream, they gave like different.
I feel like when people talk to me about Scream and they're like, well, it's the same thing every time, so I don't watch it. I'm just like, I mean, in a way, the plot is kind of the same, but not really. You always get new people. You always get a new killer.
You always get a new motive.
Yeah. And granted, some of the motives have gotten a little weird, but
But it's something new every time.
Yeah.
Like the premise, yeah, he's going around killing people. But I mean, what else do you want from a horror movie?
Yeah. Not even, it's like it's a really hardcore slasher movie.
Yeah.
And this is also, I feel like, to me at least, an original.
Mm-hmm.
This is a original horror movie, horror film, whatever you want to, place it as or whatever. It's the same thing. But I don't know. It just kind of in my head, it's not the same. I rewatch the movies quite frequently.
I believe that.
Yeah, I bought every single one of them.
I also believe that.
It's not my fault. It's my wallet's fault.
I'm gonna use that from now on. That wasn't me. That was my wallet.
Yeah, that bitch got her own fucking brain. She says, I want it. What did Ariana Grande say? I want it. I got it. That's what my wallet just be saying that shit. I'm just like, you go, girl. Get you that Birkin. Anyways, I'm gonna just hop into the questions if that's all right.
That's fine.
Okay, because I feel like a lot of the questions is all the main thing of the movie. First question: do you think the storyline would be different if this was the first movie?
You mean like for the third movie, the storyline would be different if like the same things was happening, but it was like the first movie?
Yeah. So like, let's take it back a little bit. In the movie, Roman talks about how he convinced Billy to basically like plotting him into killing for him and doing this whole thing involving Sydney because of his mom and all this other stuff. And obviously Cotton Weary was a big part of it as well. But in my, like, the question is, like, if that never happened, like him and his interaction with Billy, he was just number one trying to get revenge. It was just
Like, just soul him.
well, because it is just soul
Yeah.
him in the movies. But take this movie, place it as the first one. Do you think the storyline of it would
You know
change?
what? I think it would.
Yeah.
Because, for one, if this was the first time it ever happened, they wouldn't be in Hollywood because they wouldn't be making a movie.
True. This is true.
So that scenario would already be changed.
Do you think the franchise would keep going? Because technically, if he just did it, Roman just did it himself, there would not be a Billy and Stu. Tatum would probably still be alive. I don't know if I know.
Frankie would still be alive too.
And it's just kind of like, do you think, let's just say Sydney did survive with, she survived 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine her.
I mean, do you think Billy still would have wanted to do something though? Because his dad was cheating with Sydney's mom?
But I'm pretty sure he was the one who told him that they were having an affair.
So then if he didn't do that, he would have never known, and then...
I think there would be a whole different timeline. I feel like
it would have all played out differently.
I think for sure Billy had some questionable, traits, for sure. But I think the whole story would be different. Maybe, he was a teenager. I'm pretty sure they were on the brink of graduating because the second movie, she's in college.
Yeah.
So, maybe he reacts differently instead of, killing. I think a lot of it was just built up anger because God knows when they spoke in the first place and when they started plotting, because they killed her mom first and it was a whole year after, they went after Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I think a lot of it with the first actual movie, a lot of it was built up anger over it. His mom's gone. His dad's kind of I think throughout the movie you kind of sense that he's kind of a POS.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
I could see it being different though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're
like
a teenager, you're fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say matured, but I would think it would just be a different sense of anger, more of acting out as a teenager versus
That's
literally
kind of what
murdering
I mean by
people.
like matured. Like his brain would have like maybe not fully developed, but been more developed.
Mm-hmm.
So like he could have maybe handled that anger in a different way.
What if, the first movie, obviously Billy and Sydney are together and Sydney dies? Like, what do you do after that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, does he feel grief? Does he feel bad? Does he get more angry and then, has this questionable traits? So it's just kind of, just one of those things where you really question, like, what the difference can be throughout these movies if you kind of just switch the lines a little bit,
I like that question. That was a good one.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anything else to add to that?
Schumacher is still the best Scream. Ghostface.
I was gonna say, let's go face, hon. I love you, but get it right. Let's see. Question 2. Do you think it was hard for him to be a soul killer and do it all himself? And do you truly believe that he was the first and only killer? I definitely think it's harder in general I think it shocked me to know that he was the only soul killer. But in my head, I
feel like it may be harder in the sense of he has to do everything, but easier in the sense of he doesn't have to rely on anyone else.
True, but we gotta look in the movie, right? He pretends he's dead. Okay, he pretends he's dead. He is just planning this whole thing one by one, killing these people off one by one. And I feel like that's kind of hard, because it's pre-planned. And you don't know, like, I feel like there's a difference between spontaneous killing versus planning out, because you don't know this. I mean, either way, you don't know someone's reactions, but I think, you know, you have a version in your head when it's planned out that the way you want it to go.
all of my scenarios that I make up in my head.
We're talking about killing, honey. You don't want to say that. But you know what I mean? Like, if it was something spontaneous, you know that the reaction is going to be, like, obviously spontaneous because it's a spontaneous killing. You're not expecting, like, you know, I don't even know if I'm, like, putting it right, but you don't have expectations of them not fucking freaking out.
Yeah, because like, they could fight back and they could win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this one, it's planned. You have an expectation of the way it's gonna go, but sometimes it just never goes the way it goes. So it's just kind of, I think that's much harder because what if someone escaped?
Yeah,
you know, and there was already police involved, and Roman was the first suspect, which I thought was pretty crazy because he was the one directing Stab 3 in the first place. I don't know. What do you think? You think he was the only killer? In the back of my head, I would love to say yes because that's so fucking sexy of him. Don't give me that face.
He was kind of cute. You're not wrong. But I'd like to think that he was, but at the same time, I feel like
a lot of shit was happening for him just to do it himself.
Yeah. But also, wouldn't they have, like, revealed that at some point that he wasn't the only one?
What if he just wanted to do it himself and he was just like, listen, I just need you to just kind of do this for me.
It's like a Ghost Rider, but for killing.
A Ghost Rider for Ghostface. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I want to believe he was the only one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to believe that.
Yeah, I think I want to stick with that imagination in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Any
What would you do if you were Sydney?
Bitch, I'm fucking going ham on that bitch. No, I'm not.
You know,
I'm really not.
It's kind of hard to, like, put yourself as Sydney because it's like there's about to be 7 movies now?
Yeah.
They keep coming back for her.
Don't know why.
And it's always different people.
Well, to be fair, a lot of it kind of just goes back to the original, like the second movie. It's the mom, Billy's mom, and obviously whatever the fuck, she has no right to be angry, first of all. But, you know, she comes back and she's like, this is my revenge for my son, you dumb whore. And then,
even though your son was a psychopath.
Yeah, and then the third one, you know, she's in hiding. She's in complete hiding. Roman finds her for whatever, you know. She's also having really weird dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Fourth one, yeah, her fucking cousin wants to be fucking famous. Dumbass hoe. I don't know.
That's where I'm just like, and then the fifth one, it was just...
She was gone the fifth one. Oh, no, she wasn't.
She kind of came... I don't think she
came back,
but she was...
Towards the end.
Yeah.
No, towards the end, she was...
All because, though, what was it? The...
Richie and Mikey Madison, who plays the other one, the other Ghostface.
All because what's-her-face's sister was potentially Billy's
No, that was
kid.
The kid.
Yeah.
She came out of his thing and everything.
Who was... How did he...
He was cheating on Sydney.
I don't even want to get into it.
I know that motherfucker was cheating on Sydney. Sydney was not putting out.
What would you do if you were Sydney?
First of all, I'm spitting on Billy's fucking grave because that hoe fucking cheated on me. Okay? Couldn't wait because I said a wait. No, if I was Sydney in Sydney's shoes, I feel like I would want to relate more to Roman. I feel like there could have been something where...
Like a redeeming factor?
Yeah. I think if they were going to end the franchise just on 3, I think that would be a really good stop and have those redeeming qualities for Roman. Sorry, can't speak. I think he didn't really give her a chance to, you know, because it's not her fault.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like that's one thing Roman kind of puts the blame on her, is that he didn't get the life.
The blame on her.
And it's really not her fault at all. Like, she didn't tell her mom to cheat. She didn't tell, you know, to disown, her son. And it's just kind of like, what do you want her to do? She's a fucking, like, 17-year-old, 18-year-old fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like, her mom's made mistakes. She's known as a town whore. She's a fucking drunk. Okay? No, that was the other movie. She's a fucking town whore. Okay? So it's just kind of like, it's hard for me if I was in her shoes. It was just, I think I would want to have that.
Like a little heart to heart.
Yeah. More than just like, why the fuck you're trying to kill me? Because like I said, it's not her fault.
It's not.
What do you think?
I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I mean, granted, if I'm in hiding and he still finds me, that's kind of like, how do you get around that? But yeah, I think okay, but what if you try to have the heart to heart and he still like tries to kill you?
Well, then I'm gonna fucking shoot him in the head, like she fucking shot him in the head. And then I'm dating fucking Mr. Kincaid, or whatever, the fucking cop.
Yeah.
Fucking for sure. I'm gonna say it 3 times. I'm fucking for sure. I'm fucking for sure.
Oh my god.
Ew. But, yeah, I don't know. What about you?
Yeah. I think too, after, like, if we can reconcile and whatever, I'm getting the hell out of there and I'm just not looking back. I think that's partially the mistake, is she keeps going back. And I get wanting to end it and wanting to be like, you can't keep doing this. I'm not going back.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not going back. I'm like, that's y'all's problem now.
Yeah. First of all, why is no one going after the dad? If it's Sydney's fault, what if it's the dad's fault? Maybe he just wasn't fucking right.
Did they ever talk about the dad in any of the other movies, or was it just the first one?
Literally the first one he was in, and the third one he was in.
Okay.
Because she was in hiding, and they were talking about it. I don't know. I'm ready to move on. You?
That's fine.
Yeah. So, another one we did was Five Nights at Freddy's.
Loved this movie.
This one is a fan favorite for sure for me.
There's a lot of people that don't like it.
Which is crazy.
Well, I understand why. Because they don't like it for the fact that, like, the game versus movie, some of it, I guess, they didn't translate well.
Do they realize it's the first movie?
Right.
But we gotta be honest with ourselves. The Five Nights at Freddy's, the story is so, like...
It's so in-depth.
Yeah, there's, like, so much things that happen. So I feel like this is... For it being... coming out as a movie, it was really good to me. I love it.
I loved it.
I can't wait to...
First of all, Josh Hutcherson.
My fucking... Oh, my God. That fucking man.
I love him.
Why
wasn't he in our Hotties and Horror?
I don't know. Well, I don't feel like he's
not really
some.
He's not really in that much horror.
No, I think. Anyways.
Yeah.
Josh Hutcherson.
Yes. Yeah.
That man is so yummy. I love me a little short white boy. Okay, so Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
With Josh Hutcherson and
Yes.
Matthew Lillard.
Oh my god, the perfect combo.
I know, my 2 favorite. Let me just say, this movie fucking got me going. This was such a good fucking movie.
I loved it.
It was really good. I'm like, how do you put 2 men, gorgeous men, together? Not just that, the fucking cop. Hear me out. That bitch, so fine.
Whoo.
Anyways, so Five Nights at Freddy. This one's about a troubled security guard who begins working at Freddy's Fazbear's Pizzeria. What a fucking tongue twister.
I think everything's a tongue twister for you.
I'm not gonna turn that into a gay joke.
I was just meaning because you can't say words.
Facts. While spending his first night there on the job, he realizes the late shift at Freddy's won't be so easy to make it through. I feel like that's, if you've seen and played the actual game, you
yes.
obviously know
Yes.
the general aspect of this
Can't make
movie.
it past 5 nights. Well, most people can't.
Yeah, but I want to jump right into it. I got a lot to say about this movie.
Yeah.
Question 1. Abby, which is the little sister.
Yes.
Abby shows signs of seeing the missing or murdered kids before entering the pizzeria. Why do you think this is?
She's definitely, she has some type of, like, for one, she's a kid, so like kids tend to have that sense about them regardless. But I feel like she has it more. So
Like, just like a sense of,
yeah.
I feel like that's what kind of maybe puts this off a little bit with the movie and the storyline. But I definitely feel there's some sort of, I don't know if maybe because, you know, they lost their brother,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's the connection.
Was she alive?
I don't think
Or
so.
was she like
No.
after?
She was after.
Okay. Which is why he couldn't really connect well, because he wanted his brother back, but he couldn't get his brother back, which made it hard for him to...
My thing, though, okay, so, and this kind of ties into the next question a little bit, but Mike has these dreams,
Mhm.
right? And you see what his little brother looks like, and he sees what these little kids are like, look like. So who's his little brother? Because each one of the kids represented one of the
Animatronics.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, who the fuck is the little brother?
Do you mean like person-wise or animatronic-wise?
Yeah, well, because the whole thing is that these kids are murdered.
Mm-hmm. And put into the...
Yeah, so, and the whole thing was that
There was a lot of kids, though, compared to how many machines there were. So maybe that would come into, like, the next movie?
I don't know, I feel like if he's already having dreams and these kids are, like, trying to tell him this story and trying to get it out there, like, why was dreaming about his brother and then these...
Well, I don't think... Well, I think, for one, dreaming about the brother in general is because he had took the brother. But I didn't think he had dreams about the kids until he started there. Like, he would have the same dream of his brother getting taken, but once he started there, it started, like, coming into the kids coming in.
Yeah, do you think it was just kind of one of those things where it was absolutely just fate?
Yes. Yes. And, like, the spirits of the kids knew that was who they needed to talk with.
My theory is what if he was still alive?
The kid?
Yeah.
I mean, he could be, but also dude straight up said he killed him, so unless he was lying...
Oh, that's true.
He could have been lying just to
get the satisfaction,
yeah.
the reaction, yeah.
But I don't think he was. With the fact that he had that many kids already, I don't think he was lying.
I wonder what his motive was to kill these little kids.
I think we'll find out. I'm pretty sure, like, in the games, you find out his motive.
I love the game, but I also hate the game because I'm such a jumpy person.
I'm just bad at it.
And I'm like, oh my god, the fucking Foxy's gonna fucking get me, he's gonna fucking eat me. Yeah, no. It scares me every time.
That answered my question. I was gonna ask if you ever played the games.
I have played the game. I download it frequently. And then
Still?
Yeah. I still play the game, and then when I get too scared, I'm like, this gives me too much anxiety. I'm fucking deleting this shit. After I, like, paid, like, I think it's like $1.99 for, like,
you have to
the
pay
good
it
ones.
every time?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But, like, sometimes I'll, like, get, like, number 2 or number whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's fucking.
I
gives me so much anxiety.
This is slightly sidetracked, but also still on topic. They have books for...
Do they?
I got a set of it.
Really?
Yeah, I have yet to open it, though, and read them, but I got one of the sets.
You're gonna have to let me borrow. I would love to go. I can't wait. The second one comes out this year.
Yes, we're gonna go see
excited.
it.
Yes. Okay, so do we think it's, like, supernatural that Abby kind of...
I think so.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she always
Trying to
had,
reach
like,
out.
the imaginary friends, which
What
I
if
think were...
My thing were... Yeah, because when you look at, like, the picture she's drawing, and she's, like... Yeah.
I don't think they were the kids from the pizzeria.
No, it was.
No, not at first.
No,
I don't think they were.
Yeah, they were, because if you look at the picture she's drawing, it's like before he started working there and everything, it was the people. Oh, I'm gonna have to show you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show
I'm gonna have
me.
to show you. I'm pretty sure.
I thought she just had different imaginary friends, and then when
No,
she got there, maybe that's how they knew that he was. But also, then how would they know to go?
Maybe their dreams are connected, because
Maybe.
she says that she has that. Another theory. Maybe she's talking to her brother, right? Her brother's connecting her to whatever else, and is somehow aligned with, Mike. And it's just kind of like a wraparound type of thing. Maybe. I don't know.
You know what's crazy to me?
Hmm.
He almost gave her up.
To be fair, though, he's kind of valid for it. He's lost his brother. I think he was just scared of having that same thing happen.
Yeah.
Also, the cop, I feel like she knew right away.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Fucking whore. I know she did.
I mean, yeah, she knew. She said she knew right away.
Yeah, I know. She didn't do anything about it. Not really. Not at first, at least.
I think, actually, yeah. No, because wasn't her dad the one that told her to patrol?
Yeah, I think that's like her whole thing. All right, next question. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Mike has dreams that seem too much like reality. Is this intuition or PTSD?
I think both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe starting off as PTSD, but then going into, like, once it started changing when he started working there and the spirits of the kids started, like, coming into it, I think that came more into the intuition. Okay. But I think a lot of it at first was PTSD, because he kept trying to be like, I know I saw his face, but he couldn't ever see his face in the dreams, which is why he kept putting himself to sleep to try to find it. So I think that part of it was the PTSD. But then the intuition.
When everything.
Yes.
I get it. I completely agree on everything you said. I feel like that you put it into words. I just like to put it out there that the cupcake was so fucking funny.
It was so cute.
It really was.
It was so
You're
cute.
telling me?
It was bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, but that's okay. It was really cute. And then not just that, I also want to, me and my references.
Every time.
When Matthew Lillard has the knife.
Oh, and
he does this little fucking stew mocker.
Yeah, I think they said he did that on purpose
He did do it, yeah. And that's what I'm saying, reference to Scream. I am so obsessed that he's in this franchise.
I love it so much.
When I heard he was going to be in it, I obviously immediately knew he was going to be the villain.
Oh, of course.
But in my head, I'm like, oh my god, you're the villain again? I'm like, keep going back, man.
Yep. No, he's... Even now,
Yeah.
I love him.
No, I'm so glad to see Josh Hutcherson back on screen.
Yes.
I obsessed with that man.
I love him so much.
From fucking Bridge of Terabithia, all of it, bro. That man is my OG crush.
I feel that.
Low-key. And very high-key, too. I am such a pedo girl.
I feel you.
I'm such a pedo girl.
Oh, yes.
That man, I'm like...
I'm not gonna lie though. I did not picture him as Peter when I was reading the books.
Really?
Yeah, I did not picture him.
I
kind of pictured them swapped, Gale and Peeta.
Fuck Gale, I hate that.
No, I hate Gale. Yes.
Anyways, I don't even want to talk about Gale. Fuck that bitch. Okay. Secondly, this show's just a really good movie. It's one of my favorites. I can't wait for the next one.
Me too.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more of Josh Hutcherson. I think he does really good in some horror things. He's looking real mighty fine. Aged beautifully. Just like Matthew Lillard. Glad to see him on screens again too, like back in horror at least. So
I don't think we really touched on it. The relation in this movie.
Yeah, so the relation in this one would be technically like
there's multiple relations. Relation to the killer would be
the cop. And I know she's not like a main character, but she really kind of is. I
think she's going to be more of a main character in the second one.
Yeah.
I think.
But I
hope.
mean, I thought it'd be really good to bring up this movie. I think that connection is there,
Mhm.
whether it's with, you know, the cop and, you know, Matthew Lillard, or if it's just, you know, whatever. Because I think the whole story, too, is that his dad and her dad were, like, friends.
Were they?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll have to deep dive again.
I don't know, but I know there was some sort of...
I remember game-wise, because I looked up after I watched the movie, I looked up so many different, like, game versus movies, this and that, whatever, and I know there was a lot of information.
You know what, too? If you look really closely at the movie, like, not the movie, well, yeah, the movie, but, like, the tape, you could see how the name is, like, marked off from the previous person. I think a lot of it connects very well, and I think that this franchise is going to be really good.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I know.
I hope they do more than just, like, the two.
Yeah, and this came out in 2023, so to have one in 2025 is really good.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's still, like, to me, I'm still like, wow, that's been 2 years.
Right?
I feel like it just came out.
Exactly.
It's so good. I like it.
Did I watch it?
I watched it when it first came out.
I
was
did not
so
watch it when
excited.
it first came out.
I fucking did. I was like,
But
I'm
when
watching
did I-
this, bitch.
I don't think it took me too long after it came out to watch it, but I don't remember exactly when I watched it.
Okay. Is there anything we want to add other than Josh Hutcherson is a hottie and so is Matthew Lillard?
So, okay, if we're putting ourselves
Oh,
in the shoes, are we putting ourselves in the cop's shoes then? Because she's the one related to him? To the killer?
Yeah, let's...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, God, that's crazy because she knew for a while. Like, she was brainwashed into that shit.
Do you think she also killed kids? Like, she's a cop, she's a trusted person. Do you think it was easy for her
I don't think she killed, but she definitely
used her?
He used her to bring kids in.
I believe that 100%.
Especially because he would take the kids' toys and give them to her. That's how
Crazy.
That's how Mike figured out about her and him. Was he saw the picture of her as a little kid with his little brother's toy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy work.
I know.
I think in her shoes, that's her dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think if I was in her shoes and I got older, I feel like and you become a cop, like there has to be.
But isn't that why she became a cop?
Yeah, but she didn't do anything.
But no, like she became a cop to not do anything, like to keep him protected.
I think if you're doing that in my I would rat that bitch out so fast. I'm so serious. I don't care. So these are little kids. The least you could do is fucking get shitty people. You know, like there's a lot of shitty people out here. Get like pedos or some shit. You know, but little innocent fucking kids.
Exactly.
And you're stuffing them in fucking
animatronics.
Yeah, that's so sad.
That's painful. Did you see some of how those work,
dude?
Like, were they alive when he put them in, or were they dead? Because I mean, granted, after he put them in, they were going to be dead, but
to put them in while they're alive is scarier.
Exactly, especially the ones where it was like how his suit where the rib cage is like crushed in.
Yeah. Ugh, I can't. What do you think you do? I just feel like I'd snitch. I don't give a fuck.
I think once I got older, I would have left. Because I can't see myself becoming a cop. I would have just left.
Yeah, but you do become a cop. So
No,
do you just... Okay, you're not a cop. Whatever you want.
Going into her shoes.
Jeepers Creepers Again?
Damn, go get some milk again.
It's that couple that was walking by with the dog.
Okay, I guess y'all are right.
I don't know. Related to the killer?
So I think if I was her, growing up with that, I would have realized that was wrong, and I would have left. Hopefully, I could have found someone to believe me
her being with Mike and like having that experience with him and her trying to, yeah, I think that's like her redemption era, you know, where she's like, you can't keep fucking doing this. You're fucking psycho, Dad.
Do you think if she didn't meet his sister, if she would have still let him die?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she would do anything at that point if she was, you know, if in the case she was like luring kids and stuff like that and had a lot to do knowing her dad's fucking death and he wasn't in prison. I think he would have died. I think her seeing Abby was just like oh, and then hearing his story, and hearing his story too, and I feel like that probably brought her back to reality of what her dad was doing. What
happens to the families of these kids that her dad is taking.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
But you ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Any last comments on this one?
Matthew Lillard is daddy.
so I was just about to say. Our last movie already? Jeez, okay. So the last one I kept for, obvious reasons. I am so obsessed with this movie only for Alexandria.
Oh God.
I can't pronounce her last name.
I can't help you with it.
Dorado, maybe? I don't fucking know. I didn't write it down.
Sounds accurate.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Anyways, I have a thing for eyeliner and fucking big titties, okay? And
I'm gonna put some eyeliner on.
Oh my, stop. I'm married! Pearl style. If you don't know.
If you don't know, then listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Anyways, I think this is where my love for her started. I'm obsessed with her in this movie. She's so fucking hot. It drives me insane.
I'm not gonna lie. Her look in this movie, how I wanted to look when I was a kid.
Dude, she's so hot in this movie. I mean, she's hot in general. This movie fucking literally, I'm not gonna say that on here.
Thank you.
It fucking gets me going. She's fucking smoke show, bro. So I chose Texas Chainsaw 3D. It's a 3D movie. Slashing them fucking.
You wanted to see them titties in 3D.
Don't even get me started.
Dude, I don't.
All up in my fucking face.
Mind. Let's just keep going.
You want to pull up the questions for a little later?
Those.
So Texas Chainsaw 3D came out in 2013. It's about the Sawyer family. The Sawyer family was accused of disappearances of many people. The people of the town took this in their own hands and torched the Sawyer house. Much later, years later, okay? Heather, which is Alexandria, learns she inherited a home where an unknown relative awaits in a dark cellar ready to unleash hell. In the movie, okay? I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I thought it was my favorite out of all of the Texas Chainsaws.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that there's people that don't like this one.
I don't know why you got really fucking this hot-ass character. Maybe that's just love is blind.
Yeah.
Lust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were just blinded by it all.
By boobs. 2 of them in my face, in my eye sockets.
In 3D.
In 3D. And I think that blinded me from the movie. And it's not the point. She looks hot. She has eyeliner on. She's a smoke show. She's like one of those like semi-emo girls who are just
like I said, how I wanted to look when I was a kid.
Dude, she's just, I don't know what it is, because she typically has like lighter hair, but the dark fucking black hair and the eyeliner, she has these beautiful fucking eyes, okay? Mesmerizing eyes. She has this fucking great tits, okay?
I contemplate my existence every time we do this in an episode.
Why?
Because I'm over here like, and you're over here like,
I'm not gonna go there. You already know how I am.
know.
We talk about this a lot.
I
We
know.
talk about my doings outside of the podcast.
Anyway.
Okay, do you want to just start off with questions? Go ahead.
The Sawyer family was accused of some gruesome things. Do you think they had enough evidence for civilians to do what they did?
Fuck yeah, bro. Honestly, I think if you have this fucking weird ass family who has lampshades made of fucking skin, your ass is grass and I'm gonna fucking mow it, bitch, okay? And you're going and I'm torching that bitch. I'm taking hairspray, I'm lighting that shit up like a firefly's fucking booty cheek, okay?
Just one booty cheek?
Yeah, not the other one. The other one has work to do. Yeah. No, I think they had quite a bit of evidence before the civilians were like, yeah, this is fucking enough. There's too many people that gone missing. We know you have a fucking weird ass kid who puts fucking other people's faces on his face, fucking looking like dried fucking beef jerky on his face, okay? So I just feel like they had enough evidence to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Was it right?
Civilians arrest.
Was it right? No. But I do think there was enough in the... Obviously, it doesn't show that, but you assume from watching previous stuff that they know a lot of things that, they're a part of. Okay, so I'm glad.
It was slightly valid.
I think there was you could definitely have different ways of going about it. Instead of burning them alive, I think that was pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
I give them that it's kind of like wrong and it's like gruesome.
It's like an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
Yeah. So I think
they could have went about it differently, but they didn't. So
yeah. I mean, to each their own. If they wanted to burn them alive and make sure they were really dead. I mean, look how far it got them.
But I mean,
this is like years later because she's like an adult.
Well, but isn't that mainly because, like, obviously besides her, he was the only one that survived it?
Her and I'm assuming, like, the Heather's grandma.
Okay.
I don't know the relation between the grandma and, Leatherface.
Was she not just adopted out?
So, no. So, in the movie, I don't know, you rewatched it. So, in the movie, they burned the house. Mm-hmm. And then one of the girls, the mom, Heather's mom, was still alive, barely breathing.
Oh, wait, that's right, because they were cousins.
Yeah, and then
I was thinking brother-sister for some reason.
No, and then she had, like, the necklace. Like, they think it's a birthmark, but it's, like, the Sawyer pendant, like burned onto her because of the whole situation.
So it was like a.
And then they took her. Her adoptive parents just kind of took her and played it as if they given birth to her. Kind of hid the fact. They moved to a different state, I believe it was. So who knows? Maybe she's not as old as people think she is either.
Maybe.
Yeah. So.
So yeah, it was valid.
Very valid. I think it was very valid.
Question 2?
Yeah.
How do you think Heather's hobbies and job reflect the family she comes from, and can it be related?
Absolutely. She was, like, into weird shit, kind of. Well, first of all, she was a meat cutter person, and their whole family was, I'm
like
pretty sure.
Butcher?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure her whole family was kind of, like, based off that. Yeah. So, another thing, she was, like, she did, like, really cool, like, gruesome, like, art with, like, bones and shit. So I think a lot of her hobbies and, like, her, it was, like, a lot of her was from the family she came from without being with her family. And I thought that was a cool little touch, because I feel like you never lose a part of you, no matter if you're with or without your family,
Makes
There's
sense.
always, I wouldn't say like a serial killer part of her, but it kind of showed that she definitely got some cuckoo up in her.
Yeah. Well, also, too, the fact that in the end she stayed with him.
Yeah. Do you think maybe like she had some trust issues after that? Because I mean, he never killed any of his family, but you know, he grew up with the people around him.
Mhm.
She is merely just a stranger, no matter family or not. That's someone.
Yeah, but he's so loyal to family.
What do you think is like not physically, but what do you think is wrong with him? Do you think he was just taught that way, or do you think it was like something
I think
like he did? They caught him doing it, and they were like, "Yeah, we're poor. This is what we're fucking doing. We're gonna eat people and all this other stuff."
I think, well, just based off of this movie,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say maybe a little bit conditioned to it.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like it was a little
Up there. I think all of them kind of had something up there where they were just, because you don't just have urges to fucking eat people.
And it's the whole family. The
Yeah.
whole family was okay with it.
So I think there's definitely might be something wrong with Heather in a sense, but she probably didn't really like know where it came from. I
Mhm.
definitely sense that she had a hard time growing up and finding who she is.
I could see that.
Yeah. I think that's where the whole hot emo look comes from.
Oh my god.
I mean, her parents are little hillbillies, you know what I mean? Both of them, both parents, they're kind of.
Were they inbreeds? Because that could do with the whole family being cuckoo together.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't doubt it.
It would make sense.
Yeah. I love that they were in Texas. I'm from Texas, so I remember, because you see a house and it almost looks very similar to the
Mhm.
house.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, wow. I used to tell people all the time, that's the Texas Chainsaw House. And people would believe me because they're dumb. But, yeah, no. I love Texas. And this is probably one of my favorite movies, below Scream.
I feel like everything's below Scream, isn't it? Is there anything above Scream?
Probably, yeah. I just can't put it.
Can't think of it.
Yeah, not right now.
Well, sounds like Scream's above everything.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah. There's really good movies out there,
I'm not
so
gonna
I
lie,
don't know.
I do that too, where like people will ask me like, "What's your favorite horror movie?" I can't answer them. Like I know we had a whole episode about what our favorite horror movies are, but it's so hard to actually like.
I mean, I watch Scream quite frequently, so I like it for the references. They do a lot of references, and you know how I am. So it's just kind of, it's not funny.
It's funny.
So it really just kind of brings happiness in my eyes. So
I could see that.
yeah. Can we real quick talk about how the fuck her boyfriend was cheating on her with the best friend?
Go ahead.
First of all, fuck both of them. I'm glad they fucking died the way they died. They're terrible people. Also, why the fuck are you picking up a stranger?
It's always a stranger, and it's always bad news.
Like, he's good looking. That's a red fucking flag.
Oh, I mean,
You're telling me
that's a red flag.
you're good looking and you don't have anybody on your side, you don't have friends, and
You can't
who
just
can
call
just-
someone up and be like, "Hey, man."
like, you can't be that good looking and not have anybody. You know what I mean?
What if he's that good looking that everyone is intimidated and doesn't want to be around him?
That's fucking stupid. You're telling me
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Shut up. I'm just like, dude, I don't think that's possible. I don't think you can be that good looking, especially like as a man, be that good looking and being how open and like, not open, but like friendly he was, and not have any friends.
Okay.
If you are, you're fucking weird.
But he's good looking.
that definitely trumps fucking being weird. If you're good looking and weird, depending what kind of weird. Okay,
If you are weird, you're good. If we think you're weird,
I think there's different levels of weirdness.
mm-hmm.
I think if you're like fucking, I'm not gonna offend anybody. I'm gonna just keep that to myself. But yeah, I think all of them kind of got what they deserved, except the fucking chef guy. Loved him. He seemed kind of gay though, so I'm not gonna. I don't know. He kind of did. So, do you have anything else to say about this movie by chance?
What would you do if you were her?
Honestly, I think she did everything
To the best of her ability.
Yeah,
I mean, she survived.
she did. I think she, trusted her instincts. I think she trusted too much. Granted, because, a lot of people took advantage of her.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she did what was best with what she had. And I think she deserved that mansion in Texas. And she stood her ground. And she's hot, so she could do whatever she wants.
Shut up.
What about you?
Yeah, I think out of like all of the people so far, she kind of did it in her own way the best.
Yeah.
Where like I can't really think of much else to do differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is kind of where we end things, I feel like.
Yeah.
I thought they were all really good movies. I definitely rate them very differently. Do I want to rate them right now?
Not
Absolutely
really.
not.
Not really. We are exhausted.
We are. If we had like a 10-minute laughing fucking
God, that was
so funny.
all because of how tired we are.
Yeah, I almost peed myself like 7 times.
That was
not gonna
great.
lie. Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to get it. I'm not gonna lie, for a second I thought we weren't gonna be able to get it together.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
I was gonna be like, we have to get it together because this is the last day we can actually
Yeah, I
record
know.
for it to be out in time.
Well, the movies were great. I
Mhm.
hope you guys enjoyed listening to us rant about these movies. Give us whatever movies that you have that they're related to the killer. I just want to ask a question before we announce our big surprise.
Mm-hmm.
What if you were related to a killer?
What if I told you I was?
Get the
I'm not
fuck
kidding.
out of my car.
I'm kidding. I don't think I am.
Do you think watching these movies, do you think you would know what to do?
I feel like I want to say yes, but I feel like when you're in that situation, you never fully know what to do.
Yeah. Do you think you'd rat them out if they told you?
How close am I with this person?
Like, this is your relative, okay? So this is your
I
close.
mean, like, am I, like, close with this relative? Or are they, like, boondocks type of relative?
Okay, hypothetically, what if it was your sister?
She's gonna be like, it would never be me.
Yeah, I can hear her saying that.
Yeah. She's like, don't do this to me. Yo, dang. Look, if roles were reversed, I could tell you right now.
She would snitch you out?
Yes. You want to
Good
know
for
why?
her. I would
wanna know
too.
why? Because even when we're joking around, she was like, stop, I can't hear this. I'm going to end up being an accomplice.
Oh my god, she's so funny. I love her. No, I think if I found out my sibling was a serial killer, or like of the sort, like related to a killer, I'd fucking snitch so
You're
hard.
Snitching?
I think I'm snitching.
You're snitching? You're not going to hightail it with them?
You want to know why though? Because I think I'd like it.
I wish they could have seen my face drop.
I'm kidding. No, I think I love doing that shit to you. So no, I think I definitely like it'd catch me off guard for sure. But I don't think I'd want. That's so scary
What if
though.
it was just like a one-time thing? Like it was for
If I
sure
joined?
No, like they just killed someone and it was like a one-time thing. They convinced you it was an accident and it would never happen again.
Like, I know what you did last summer accident.
Yeah. Like, would you take it to your grave type of thing then?
I don't know.
Or would you still snitch? And like for sure, it would never happen again.
like, this is 100% sure.
100% sure it would never happen again.
That's so difficult because you obviously want to be a good person because you think about the other people, what they're going through. But then you think, that's your family. I'm snitching. I don't care. I think I'd snitch.
Yeah.
I think it'd take me a little bit for sure, and I think I'd get in trouble for holding in it so long.
Yeah.
But I think the guilt will get to me too much, and I think I'd end up snitching.
I feel that. Mainly because, like, in this situation, it would be a good thing that I do this, but I'm really bad at, like, putting myself in other people's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where, like, sometimes I feel like I feel the pain worse than they do.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see the guilt, like, eating away.
Like, I go holding secrets for sure, and I think it would be years and years and years where I could hold the secret. I just don't know what I would technically do with it, to be honest. I think it'd be scary for me to hold that in and not tell anybody.
Yeah.
I am also a yapper, so it kind of is hard.
You really are. I feel like you would end up coming to me and be like, hey,
bitch,
man.
let me fucking tell you.
And then I'm gonna have to be over here like, hey, man, look, what are we doing about this? Are we both holding this in, or are we going somewhere?
I think okay, to be honest, I feel like I would snitch, but I think if it was depending on the situation, I think I'd let it go. Like, if I had a sibling in a bad situation and they accidentally, or like they did kill somebody, and it was for, I don't want to say a good reason, because it's never a good reason to kill somebody, but like in the sense of quote unquote good reason, then I think I'd let it slide. Would I trust them ever again? Absolutely not, because now I know what you're capable of. But I think I'd keep my distance for sure and not snitch, and definitely hold it against them. Put it over their head and be like, remember when you killed somebody, bitch? Okay, now give me $50 right now because I need crack.
God.
Someone's gonna end up at work, for whoever listens at work is gonna fucking snitch on me and try to drug
She
test
does
me.
crack.
I don't. I really
I
don't.
mean, it's hilarious. I love how that's the one that you go through and not someone's gonna be like, I don't know, she's going into pretty detail about how she'd let it go.
Okay, so we've asked the questions. We talked about the movies. Did we rate them? No. But we did, talk about Josh Hutcherson, so that was
And
perks.
Matthew Lillard.
Facts. So we have a really big, exciting news.
Yes.
And I'll have Alyssa take it away.
Right now?
Yeah.
Am I doing the whole thing? Or
I don't know what the fuck the whole thing is.
we are doing dun 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 a giveaway.
Woo woo. Now, we understand there's probably not a lot of you. But that's
there's
okay.
enough to where we care.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's our 10th episode. We thought about it a lot. And this is something we also want to keep doing in the future. We want to see how this goes. And we just kind of like to see more of what other people think. So we are putting something up this weekend. I would say Sunday. We're putting a post on our Facebook. If you want to check us out on Facebook, they'll just keep in tune.
This way, it'll be a post about like the rules of how to enter, maybe a little snippet of what
is going to be in the mystery surprise thingy box.
And I don't think we're going to give everything away, like what's going to be inside the box. So keep tuned to keep seeing what we're going to put in the box.
Yeah, so we're announcing the winner of it, or at the end of this month. So we're 2 weeks away. So we're going to be announcing who receives the box, the winner of it, on we'll be announcing on May 2nd. I'm pretty sure we're doing it obviously through whatever social media platforms, and we'll also be shouting them out on our podcast, so that'd be fun. So that's just about 3 weeks away until this episode comes out. So stay tuned. Look at the rules. Look at we'll be posting little snippets of what we're gonna have in the box and everything. So just so make sure you're following our page on Facebook, and we can't wait to see people participate. We put a lot of of our own money, and obviously this is nothing out of your guys' pocket. Everything is off of us. We just want to show our appreciation.
Yes.
We want to give some love from the podcast.
Show how much we care.
Yeah, we do. You guys help us out in ways you don't understand.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
But we're super excited for it. We've been talking about it for a while. We'll put it that way. So we're super excited to see what comes. But alrighty, terrifying talkers. We'll see you next Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whispered secrets through the walls, ghostly